Okay. Hello, everyone. I would kindly ask you to confirm in the chat that you can hear us, that you can see the slides. We're very happy to have you today. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you for confirmation. Super. We will wait just a few more minutes in case there's other people coming, and then we will start with the webinar that we have today. Okay. Super. I think we can start, and then people will join. Okay, so hello everyone. Today we are here to present the CNIHPC Master's Program. We thought this would be a great opportunity to introduce it to the students that are interested in this program but are not yet so sure of their choice. As you can see, this is a master program that is actually financed by a European project, which is called Achieve. And as I said, I'll introduce myself. I'm Vilma Diala. I'm the moderator. The goal of the session is actually to help you decide. As you may know, cloud and HPC are a domain that is growing very fast, and the talent not always can keep up at the same pace. And we thought it would be very interesting to have today our professors to actually present the program, and also our current student Paolo. So they can help you actually reply to your questions and your doubts. So our goal is actually not to make a sales pitch, but to really answer honestly to your questions. The session will be around 60 minutes, and we will include also questions and answers session. As I said, our professors that you will see today introducing the master program are Victoria Fodor, who is from KTH University. Then we have also our program lead, which is Fabrizio Granelli from University of Trento, and also Professor Banu Gunel Kilic, which is from METU, the Middle East Technical University. So now I think I would give the floor to our Professor Gunel to introduce actually some interesting data.
Thank you. Hi everyone. I want to introduce the field very briefly, starting with the rise of HPC and cloud. Sometime between the information age and AI age, starting from the 2000s, the data volume increased substantially, making traditional computers insufficient for storage and processing. So there was a need for distributed and high-capacity systems, and this led to the introduction of cloud and grid computing at the time. Currently, a high-performance computing infrastructure is a must for most cutting-edge applications. So HPC is a type of computing system designed to solve very large, complex, and computationally intensive problems. And it has many applications, as I said. So it's used for, maybe we can change the slide. Yeah. It's used for molecular dynamics simulation, computational fluid dynamics, climate modeling, computational chemistry, structural mechanics and engineering, electromagnetic simulation, seismic imaging and analysis, material science and engineering, astrophysical simulation, and maybe most famously, machine learning, AI, and data analytics, as well as their applications. So even each one has an application, has various applications. So let me talk about the infrastructure a little bit. Modern supercomputers typically feature multi-core CPU architectures, high bandwidth network infrastructures, GPU acceleration support, high-speed systems, or quantum computers, maybe in the future, because they are currently in the research phase. So these are quite costly. There's the installation cost, hardware, cooling, infrastructure, the operational cost, energy consumption, maintenance, and support. So these systems are mostly founded by large technology companies like NVIDIA, Google, Amazon, OpenAI, national institutions, or international consortia. Despite the high costs, actually, cloud and HPC systems exist and they keep growing. Now the bottleneck is the shortage of human resources. So we need professionals who can develop algorithms tailored to HPC systems, experts who can optimize applications for parallel architectures, individuals who can integrate domain expertise with computing knowledge. So there's a need not only for system administrators or computer engineers, but also for R&D personnel who specialize in HPC on top of the strong foundational domain knowledge that you already have as the graduates. So this leads us to the HE project and the CNIHPC consortium. So at this point, I'm going to leave the floor to Fabrizio to introduce.
Thank you, Banu.
Yes, thank you, Banu. So I will describe the structure of the program, but before starting with the structure, I think it's worthy to mention, as Vilma said at the beginning, that we went for funding from European Union to build this program because we wanted to put together at the same table companies, research centers, and universities. And we are very proud of our consortium that here you can see briefly. I don't go into the details of all the partners, but you can see that we are distributed quite well around Europe, and we have a good combination of companies and universities. And the goal is also to put together all the competencies that are necessary to make it possible to build the experts in HPC, cloud, and networks in the future. So we tried to get everyone at the same table and discuss about the best way to organize our program. And in the next slide, you see briefly how we organize the program. The philosophy is that it is a master program based on mobility. So the first year will be done by a student in one university and the second year in another university of the consortium, with the idea that the first year will provide the common base, so technical base and I&E that I will describe you in a minute. And in the second year, instead, the focus will be more on specialization. The second year is different, maybe quite different from place to place, because the idea is to exploit the experts that are present in that university, and so that we can offer the best of the best level of competencies to our students. What is interesting in our program is that we have a large number of credits that are around 30 in innovation and entrepreneurship, because we believe that not only technical skills are required, but also it is necessary to know the business and to be able also to build business like startups around these ideas. And there is space for that for sure. But also we have, let's say, a sort of a parallel program where the students work together with students of other areas that are especially in the summer school that is located between the first and the second year, with the idea that we want students to mix up more also. So not only spending 1 year in one university and 1 in another, but also being able to exchange competencies, to learn to work in groups also with people with different skills. And the other important thing is that our thesis is industry-oriented in the sense that we want students to spend time in a company or in a research center focusing on also practical activities, but also develop a high-level master thesis from the scientific viewpoint. And this will allow you to get a double degree from the two universities of the program, as well as recognition from the European Institute of Technology about the quality and the presence of the innovation and entrepreneurship skills. So yes, you can go in the next slide. This is just a brief overview of the universities that participate. I don't go again in details for all the universities. We have here 3 representatives. I represent Trento, Banu Metu, and Victoria KTH. All the universities are available as entry year, so you can start your program everywhere on this map. And most of the universities, only Polytechnic of Milan does not offer the exit year, so you can move freely from one place to the other and visit at least 2 countries plus 1 country when you will do the summer school. That I think it's very interesting because together with technical skills, we strongly believe in the fact that also soft skills and also experience in different environments is key to be more mature, let's say, and more ready for the modern world. So I think now I can leave the floor to Victoria. But before, yes, let me just finalize the discussion about the second year. As I told you, the second year is specialization year. So you will select the second year based on the areas that you like most. And as you saw from the introduction, the areas are really extremely broad and coverage a lot of different sectors. So you can go from, let's say, a classical application of HPC and AI to the interaction between mobile networks like 5G and beyond, and modern services, smart cities, more, let's say, network-oriented research like network intelligence or cloud and network infrastructure jointly with the HPC. And there will be data science, also sustainable ICT, and so on. So we tried our best to offer the broadest possible range of specializations so that you can select also the exit point, not only maybe because you like the place, but also because you want to get and know the best teachers in the area.
Super. Thank you, Fabrizio. I think now we can leave the floor to Victoria.
Yes, and then I will give a bit more details on why we have this coverage of the program as we have, right? So already from the description that you have heard, you can see that this program goes beyond a traditional high-performance computing master program. First of all, because it contains lots of extensive hands-on experience that you will do within high-performance computing, but also because it integrates computing, cloud, and networking into one coherent framework. So you will get this holistic view of modern digital architectures, which is very important because this is what we see, right? What is the performance of running some kind of computational load far away from your site? Depends on the communication network, depends on the computing architecture, what you are using, and it depends on the actual implementation of this high-performance computing framework. So our goal is that we will educate you students that can comfortably move between these areas, right? You know about AI, you know about distributed systems, about cloud computing platforms, but also about the networks that are serving these platforms. And then hopefully, depending on what you are interested in, you can look for jobs from research and development to high-tech industry and startups as well. Yeah, okay, so why are we confident that this is a good idea to actually cover all these areas? We actually asked around our industry partners and industry in general, mostly in Europe. We asked them, as you see here, two examples, what kind of skills they are looking for when they are hiring high-performance computing professionals, what skills are they looking for when they are looking for cloud computing professionals. So yeah, here you can see some of the most important competencies that people look for, companies look for, but then I have a slide that kind of summarizes it. So what we see is that indeed the market needs professionals that can work in cross-technology areas, from cloud and networking to high performance computing. So if we look at high performance computing, then job postings that we see will be high performance computing roles like HPC system administrators, parallel computing specialists, application engineers. But then next to this are the ones who actually can orchestrate all these applications on the cloud. So cloud engineers, DevOps engineers, cloud architects, of course, cloud security specialists. And then going on, we also need people who understand how this cloud computing actually depends on the supporting networks, both the networks that actually reach the cloud, but also the networks that are inside this cloud computing center. So network reliability engineers, cloud network engineers, and so on. Yes, let's go on. The next slide. Yeah, so after taking all our courses, let's see what will be the things that you will be able to do. So yeah, so as you already see, this program has a systems focus, right? So you will have hands-on experience with high-performance computing systems, cloud architectures, advanced networks, security-related questions, both for the cloud and for networking, both in class and in laboratory environments. But these are, right, we are universities, and this is a master program, so you will also get lots of theories, right? Algorithms, distributed systems, parallel programming, so classical computer science areas, performance evaluation, right, to be able to calculate delays, possible utilization of these servers, applied machine learning, so that, well, machine learning is relevant here both as a high performance computing workload, but also techniques to orchestrate, to plan how to run these big programs on distributed machines. And finally, you will learn the basics of innovation and entrepreneurship. So in the end, you should also have professional skills that help you to find jobs in this quickly changing world. International teamwork, definitely you will have lots of opportunity to test that with moving across countries and with our international summer school. And innovation mindset, right? You will have courses in innovation and entrepreneurship, and then you will also have kickoff and summer school and other events when you actually have to imitate innovation processes. You will be forced to collaborate with the industry during courses, but also in your master degree project. And you will have the opportunity to actually think about sustainability aspects of all these systems. Okay, and then finally, yeah, so this is up to here. I kind of explained what we can offer you. So yeah, what do we expect, kind of, or yeah, let's see whether this program fits you. Right, this is a master program in engineering, so of course you should be comfortable with mathematics, algorithms, system thinking, system design. You should be able to demonstrate strong analytical thinking, abstract way of thinking. You also have to be persistent, right? These are complicated problems that we are solving here. You should therefore enjoy complex problem solving. But also you see that many of these areas that we cover, they are about systems. So you should be interested in how these big systems work, how they are designed, how they are used. And then on the software side, you should be motivated to work in an international environment and in multidisciplinary topics. You should like teamwork. You should have or aim to have good communication skills. And well, it's good if you are proactive, self-driven. This program requires lots of individual decisions. And of course, you should be open to mobility and for this opportunity to see half of Europe during your master program. I think that's from my side.
Great. Thank you. I wanted to thank all the professors for this overview. So I will not touch upon very long on these technicalities because these are there's already a webinar dedicated from the Master School Office on the nitty-gritty of the application. But as you see, there are certainly some academic requirements. So you need to have completed a certain bachelor degree. There's a minimum of ECTS. And then actually there's English language requirements that you must have actually an IELTS or a test or a TOEFL test that you have to demonstrate a certain level of English knowledge. And certain universities like METO, I think they don't accept IELTS. So I think in the platform, application platform, you should check these requirements. But there's 2 remaining application periods that I wanted also to mention. So we are now in the second period that will finish on the 15th of April. And then there's also a third period that will start from 16th of April until 1st of June. I just wanted to mention this. I know you might have gone already on the platform. So today it's more about explaining how the program differentiates itself. So I just wanted also to mention, since Victoria Banu and also Fabrizio were mentioning how important is HPC and how it's developing. It's also important in such a fast-paced job market to know that our program has a very strong alumni foundation, which is called the EIT Digital Alumni Foundation, and it's by now a global community. So it's a really vibrant community. They always organize events. So you will have access to this larger network. Not only that they actually provide this support or these meetups, but there's also a job board that you can have access once you are part of it, where they always publish new jobs. And you have to remember that a lot of these alumni are now part of big companies, and we are currently developing also a repository, so we can show you on the website where our alumni are working now. And some of these names are quite impressive. We're speaking of Apple, Nvidia, Harvard. So as we were mentioning before, Victoria mentioned that we make students that are ready both for research or for innovation or for the business world. This is quite true if we look at our alumni. So this is something you could be part of. Another very important element that I wanted to share with you is that actually with Achieve, which is a project that is investing in this in the creation of this master. There's the availability of scholarships. There's 3 types of scholarships that cover the 2-year duration of the program. So one is full tuition fee waiver. So it actually covers it actually covers all the fees. There's half, and then also the excellence, which actually covers full tuition, but also living costs. So I really encourage you, when you apply, to actually apply also for the scholarship. There's really a great opportunity. I think that last year almost all our students obtain it. Then Fabrizio can correct me if I'm wrong. Here, I actually, since I was mentioning the Alumni Foundation, I think some of you are already using LinkedIn quite a lot. I have put here the QR code to their LinkedIn page in case you want to contact some of our alumni. They are quite they are aware that they will receive these questions, so they are happy to reply to your questions. And here, just as a refresher, I have put the application portal. I hope you had time to to scan it, but you will find this as well. We will upload it on YouTube. But now I think it's actually time to give the floor to one of our students, which is Paolo. You can see here, and maybe he can share his experience of this year, and then we can give the floor to your questions, and we can try to reply at our best. Okay, Paolo, I will stop sharing mine so you can then share yours. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, now you should see my screen. Am I right?
We do. I think we do, at least
Okay. Let me just start presenting. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Paolo Salvi, and I'm a double degree student in CNI and HPC at Polyme and KTH. I will try to be very concise so as to have much room for your questions. So, as many of you, I've studied computer science and engineering at Politecnico di Milano. And then I decided to apply for the Achieve Master. And my entry university is Politecnico di Milano, and my exit university is KTH. And currently, I'm just started the second semester of the first year. So, why I initially chose the Achieve Master? The first reason is because I've always wanted to understand what's behind the software. So during my bachelor years, I realized that, okay, I liked software, but what's behind? What's the system on where we run it? And how can we run LLMs and computationally expensive applications? The second reason is the entrepreneurial approach, because with the CNI and HPC master, you have the possibility to shift your perspective towards business, which is very important. And also because I think that if you want to have an impact, it's really important also to understand the market and its potentials. So you have to shift from the question how this technology works to what are the potential of these technologies in the market. Then another reason is the possibility of exploring different educational systems. I think that in Europe, we are lucky to access diversity very easily. It's easy with a low-cost flight and your ID to travel between countries. But here you can also explore different educational systems, which can enrich very much your educational background. And also, you don't just study in two different countries, but you can do it in two of the best technical universities. For example, as mentioned before, we have Politecnico di Milano, University of Trento, KTH, Middle East technical universities, which are among the best technical universities in Europe. So it's a really big opportunity for me. Then there is the networking. As Vilma said before, there is the alumni network, which is very active and also helps to find opportunities in the job market. But also during these 2 years, we have the possibility to broaden our network, especially inside the European context. And the last reason is the internship, because it facilitated the transition between university and work, which in countries such as Italy, for example, for myself, it's not very easy. So a thesis and an internship in a company, it's a great reason to apply for this master. Then let's talk about my experience. First, I would like to talk about the technical courses, which are, for example, numerical analysis, or parallel computing, and scientific computing. These courses blend mathematics and computer science. I would like to talk about entrepreneurial courses, but unfortunately, they are all stuck in this semester. So I'm not able to talk about them right now, but I'm sure that they will be great. Then there is the possibility to personalize your study plan. In fact, you can explore the role of HPC in different contexts, such as AI, finance, or aerospace. And then we have also a lot of companies seminars. They were all related to HPC or cloud technologies. For example, one was about Scuderia Ferrari, where some member of the team of HPC and IT were invited, and they talked about their challenges in the HPC context. For example, they cannot run simulations on GPUs, or their problem related to the regulations and so on. Or, for example, the Accenture seminar, which was more related to how they work, especially in the cloud context. For example, they talked about how to build a new data center. And I think this seminar helped very much to discover the real needs of companies and how they work. So it's really, really interesting. And then I would like you to talk about my experience in the kickoff that this year was in Bari. And during these 3 days, you have the possibility to meet all the freshman students from the 28 Digital Masters. So not just the ones that study in the CNI and HPC, but also, for example, the ones in data science, fintech, and so on. Then there are challenges proposed by companies. For example, this year there was ST Microelectronics, Deloitte, and they propose a problem, and they want then a solution to be presented. And at the end of the kickoff, a winner will be selected. Then the kickoff is also a great occasion to enter in contact with the alumni network, especially because there are some members of it. And to be honest, it's also the possibility to visit a new city. As you can see, I put a photo of the food that this year was amazing. So it's also an enjoyable moment. Okay, if you have questions,
Thank
I
you,
will be pleased
Paolo.
to answer. And here you can also find my contacts. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paolo. Thanks a lot. Yeah, so if there's questions, I see actually that there is one in the chat. Maybe we can let the professors reply. It's from Martin, I hope I'm saying it right, who's asking, I have a bachelor in mathematics and I have taken some EIT courses like like Python, computer networking and wireless networking. Not quite good at programming. Would I be a good fit for this? I tried applying earlier, but the suggested backgrounds in the form were kind of discouraging. Also, I'm not EU, but reside in Finland. Maybe we can explain a bit about the requirements. I don't know if Fabrizio, Victoria, or Urbano want to take it, but
so I was looking at the text. Yeah, the thing is, we accept bachelors not only from computer science or engineering, but also from other areas. Mathematics can be one, actually. The point is probably the programming part is a little tricky sometimes because today a lot of even what was formerly hardware is software. So some skills in programming are, I think, quite useful. So that is why probably if you check the background might seems to be discouraging. If you already had courses in Python, computer networking and wireless networking, actually, I would say that the bases are okay. My warning is more on the fact that maybe the programming part is sometimes underestimated, but it's present somehow in the program. So I also have local students not in this program that sometimes ask me, I don't like programming. What should I do? It's honestly, it's a skill that maybe you don't need to be the best programmer of the world, but to have some knowledge and the capability to handle some, let's say, I don't say basic levels, but let's say not extremely high level of programming is necessary to better understand what you are handling. But in general, the background could be okay. So I don't know what my colleagues believe, but what we ask is that you are familiar with networks, computers, you know a little bit of programming, and the rest is up to you is up to us to to teach you. So mostly we try to, let's say, understand the level of commitment because it's a degree that it's on very modern topics, is very up to date, but also it requires enthusiasm and a lot of effort to be fruitful. So I think the most important part is to be committed. Okay, that is important. We in the selection process, we also ask a letter of motivation and the proposal of some ideas of innovation and entrepreneurship. That is to check, of course, very high level at that time, your, let's say, will to put yourself into question, let's say, and to expose yourself and put effort in this program, because we do our best to teach you, but we need motivated people for this. That I think is my suggestion, actually, how I like to select students.
Super, thank you, Fabrizio. I don't know if the others want to add anything else, or there's actually another question. So yeah, I think Ali is asking if conditional acceptance is available for those who haven't yet graduated from university and want to participate in this program. So what I know is that conditional admission is possible, but you have to be obviously on your final year of the bachelor, and there's a need for a written confirmation of an expected graduation date, and of course the degree must be completed before enrollment. So those are a bit the conditions that you must fulfill in order to then move forward. But we know that in the past some students were not yet graduated, and then that happened a bit afterwards, and they had already completed all the exams, so that can be explored.
Yeah, that's just to add one thing about this.
Yeah.
From the previous year's experience, it's possible to apply also if you are not yet, if you don't have yet the degree. What we do is, of course, we try to find the best entry university for you that can accept your timing, let's say, because there are universities that cannot accept students after maybe May, if you don't graduate by April or May. Other universities that accept that you can graduate maybe a month before enrolling. So if we see this situation, sometimes since in the application you select, what is the entry, the first year and the second year, sometimes we propose you a different combination that can help you to have a larger, let's say, time for that. So, but please, if you are in this situation, feel free to apply. It's not blocking for us.
Super. Thank you, Fabrizio. Then there's another question from Kevin. Greetings. I have a bachelor degree in computer science and technology. While the university is not the renowned one internationally, I have learned C++ on my own from Udemy, and I have wrote some toy programs. I am not sure if I'm fit to this program. What can we say to Kevin?
We don't have enough information, because I mean we have a selection process that so I cannot speak for the committee, but in principle, of course, to have a bachelor from an important university, let's say, can be better in terms of the ranking, but we don't exclude the student because it comes from a university that is not well known, let's say. Again, if the student can show that he has some programming skills, I don't see problems for not applying. Of course, then there is a committee in place to select students, so sometimes maybe it's not granted that you will be in the first positions. That is what I mean, but it will not be excluded because of those, based on the information that is provided. I can also answer already in the second point.
Thank you, Fabrizio. I hope, yeah, Kevin. So we encourage you to apply.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I was already reading by mistake the other thread,
super. Okay.
So I can tell the application period 1 is going to be reviewed, I think, by the beginning of March. So probably the outcome will be out before the end of March, I think. So during March, there should be the outcome. So you can, again, if you don't if you're not selected, I think you can reapply for period 2.
Super. Okay.
Then. So Novi Sad wasn't listed in the options.
In the application form, is there possibility to decide switch entry-exit unis even after sending an application? I'm not so actually, yeah, Novi Sad, I'm not sure I understood the question. I don't know if you okay, so the difference between application periods is just actually so we encourage in the first application period to apply international students just for the visa requirements, no? Because usually it takes longer to be sure that the visa goes as it's supposed to go, that it's accepted, and so on. So that's why we encourage international students to actually go for period 1. So it's just actually a technicality. Novi Sad wasn't listed because unfortunately this year there was a problem for accreditation, so it was that was the reason. But I'm not sure, Mikhail, I understood the possibility of the switching actually. So maybe feel free to write to us. I can leave also my email so I can then reply to your question once you reformulate in more detail. Okay. Okay, then there's Orkun, who I hope it's the right name and not the last name. If we have English certificate from any partner university in 2 years, so okay, it means that they completed it the past 2 years, do we get an exemption from IELTS? Can we reduce the credit requirements for these courses we've taken by having them credited in any institution programs from partner universities?
Perhaps I can answer that.
Yeah.
Each university may have a different requirement and may have different exemption procedures for the English certificates. So these should be listed on the portal, application portal. So we have just provided the general guidelines, the English certificates and so on, but there are different exemption rules, for example, for METU students, for METU graduates, if they want to choose METU as their entry university. But obviously for your exit university, you need to also satisfy the English requirements for that university. So I suggest you check, depending on your choice, you check the requirements for each university one by one. Regarding accreditation, it may or may not be possible. Again, it depends on the universities. If the courses are eligible to be counted towards the program, and if they have not been counted elsewhere, it may be a possibility, but I can't guarantee this for all universities, not even for my university, because we need to see the courses. There may be specific grade requirements to be accreditation, and duration, ECTS, etc. So that because this is an international program, it's not as straightforward as in a single program, because it needs to be counted by 2 separate universities.
Thank you, Banu. Okay, there's also a question: how much minimum GPA is required to apply to the program?
Yeah, I can try to answer this. As I know, we do not have a minimum requirement that is fixed. Of course, students with better grades have higher chance to get accepted. But you can. So how we evaluate applications is that we look at your university, at your program and courses, your grades in general, and grades in courses that are important for this program. We look at your CV, your work experience, summer jobs, small projects, all of it, and your motivation letter, right? So you can balance a weaker grade with a good motivation letter, and also the opposite. If you have a very weak motivation letter, then you may have, and that can have a negative effect. So if you have lower grades, then it's very important to write a good motivation letter.
Thank you, Victoria. And also, Abdelila, he asks, he says, the application will be online, or I'm a computer engineer student, final semester, expected graduation last of June. I'm interested in solution architecture and clouds such as Azure and AWS. Okay, so I don't think it's a question, or maybe I did not get it, but I think we encourage Abdelila to apply.
The only thing is probably the first is a question. It is fully online. So the application is online. The program is in presence, of course, but until the selection, everything is done online.
Okay, so there's, thank you, Fabrizio. There's also, a rectification of the question that Mikhail had asked. Are the entry-exit units chosen in the application final? Can one modify his entry-exit units afterwards? In my case, I didn't put Novi Sad because it wasn't an option. Did I get it right that now they actually got accredited? So even though I have already sent my application, can I choose the units I will go to? Okay, so I think I can reply to this because I'm updated on the process. So Mikhail, you got it right in the sense that at the moment University of Novi Sad has asked for this accreditation. The national institutions have accepted this procedure. But the procedure might take long, actually, even 9 months. So at the moment, Novi Sad is not, at least for this year, is not for this intake. It's not a possibility. So they are not yet accredited, but they have started the process. I hope I replied to your question. And in general, I let also Victoria and Fabrizio and Bano confirm. I don't think entry and exit universities can be changed once one is accepted.
I think it's allowed if there are some extraordinary circumstances and it needs to be approved by all the universities involved, and it's not always guaranteed. So otherwise it would be a chaos, as you can imagine, if everybody starts changing their choices. So you need to make a commitment on the chosen universities. Please make your selections carefully, because afterwards it's not always guaranteed that you'll be able to change it. It's only for very exceptional situations, like, for example, it's not possible to start the program because it starts earlier than you're graduating and so on, but it's only for very few cases.
Thank you. Okay, so we have left a few minutes, 8 minutes. So if there's other questions, if you want also to ask something.
There are a few questions
okay, sorry, I hadn't seen them. Okay, sorry. Okay, super. I just saw them. I'm sorry, Isil and Varis. Okay, so I will be graduating with my computer engineering degree next year. Are there any specific requirements or GPA criteria for acceptance to certain universities? I think as you, Fabrizio, and everyone clarified, there's not a set GPA, but or a selection of certain universities, but it's more of a combination of motivation, previous small job experience, and and also your studies results. So yeah, we encourage you to apply, no?
Sure. There is no, let's say, a criteria on GPA in general. Of course, as Vittoria was saying, if someone has a higher GPA, it's more likely he or she is more likely to have a better ranking, but it's a combination of things. So everyone can apply from that viewpoint. The specific requirements, sometimes English, in fact, as Banu was saying, English can be tricky, let's say, because some universities are, let's say, maybe strict or they require higher levels. So that can be the only blocking, let's say, procedure. Otherwise, we always admit to the selection the students. I mean, then of course it will be the ranking to decide. So we cannot say 100%, but this does not mean that someone is excluded because of GPA, low GPA.
Yeah, maybe we can also add that, I mean, some of you maybe already seen the application portal, so you can select more than one entry and exit combination. And so it can also happen that maybe you are not admitted to your first choice, but you are admitted to your second choice, in case the first one is too popular or something like that.
Super, thank you, Victoria. Okay, there's also another question. I'm about to complete my computer engineering bachelor degree. My GPA is not perfect, but I have professional experience as a software developer for more than 2 years in biggest companies in Turkey. Okay, at this first part, I think we already replied. So I think, yeah, we said that this is really a combination of things. So really, don't be discouraged by the not perfect GPA. Okay, then he adds, also, I'm not an EU citizen. If you consider I will need full scholarship, what is my chance? What do you think about my profile and how is the process going to forward with visa requirement? Okay, so on the visa, I think it really depends on the country now that the student applies to. Regarding the scholarship, so the scholarships that we give are actually funded by as I said, by the European Union, specifically by this program that is called Digital Europe. And the countries that are foreseen, it's EU countries, CEE countries, and also all the countries that are affiliated to this program. And I have checked, so Turkey, it should be part of it. So it should be part of this scholarship provision. So we encourage you to apply.
Maybe I can.
Okay,
Yeah,
please,
yeah,
Banu,
yeah, please,
you go
Banu,
first.
yeah, please, Banu.
Maybe I can add something about the visa requirements, especially for students applying from Turkey. If you're, as I said, the first application period is now passed, but the second application period is open. But in case there are some visa requirements may take a long time. But if you consider METÜ as your entry university, you will have another year to apply for the Schengen visa for your second year. So that might also be easier in that sense.
Yeah, super.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's.
I wanted just to add one thing. When the ranking is done, the master school will issue the letters to the candidates, and in that letter there is already indicated which is the university for the first year and the university for the second year that is approved by the committee. So just to tell all the candidates that as soon as we reach a ranking, we confirm a ranking. Then there is a few technicalities, but then when you receive the letter, they don't only say that you are admitted to the program, but in which way you are admitted, whether you get also the scholarship or not. So it's let's say at the same time you get all this information, and of course, if you need, you can get an invitation letter for the visa. Just to, it's not maybe exactly this case, but in general, since I think it was behind a few of the questions.
Thank you, Fabrizio and Banu, for this. Okay, so we have 2 minutes left. I don't think there's other questions. Abdul Jalal asked me if we can actually share the presentation. This will probably be uploaded on YouTube, but I will also see if I can actually send to each one that registered the presentation. So in any case, we will follow up on this. And I have put in the chat also my email, so you can feel free really to contact me. Or also Paolo. I think he'd be happy to reply to your questions too. So yeah, if there's nothing more, we thank you really for the participation, and really hope to see you apply and maybe one day be one of our students. Thank you, everyone.
Yep. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hope to see you all soon.
Bye.